test.
Testing loud, clear.
So something I'm going to do different next time. Connect it before I walk in.
A little easier leaning in to do it than it is to run to ours.
Okay.
Now, on this, remember it's a computer.
Right.
So it's saying, do you want to do this? Okay, then you hit the enter button just like you would on any other computer. And that runs your test, runs the needle to the left and the glide slope up, which is an instrument deal.
Okay.
Green light and a yellow light. And that's what this says if you read it. And then you hit enter again because it's working correctly. And it will look for satellites, and when it figures out where it is, it will put a screen up.
Okay.
In our case, we're going to Person County. It doesn't know where we're going, it just has a screen up. If you take the big knob and go 4 clicks to the right, or more, it'll go, you can just keep turning it, but it only has 4 clicks. We are KTDF.
Right.
So we push the end, that cuts the cursor on, we hit direct, and we hit enter twice, and that now tells us how to get to the airport. If you get away from it and lose sight of it, don't know which way to turn, that's how you figure it out.
Okay. Cool. COM 2?
COM 2 has weather, 126.72 is the frequency for this airport. Hit the top one, that's right.
And nothing.
Person County Airport. Automated weather observation. 183 Zulu weather. Wind 210 at 8 gusts 14 visibility 102,600 scattered temperature 23 Celsius. Dew point 16 altimeter 3023.
August 14.
Person County Airport. Automated weather observation. 183 Zulu weather. Wind 210
Just turn it off by hitting
at
it.
8.
Yeah, it's not quite down the runway. It's slightly from the left side, but not by a lot. It's always easier if it's from the left. Most people deal with banking left better than they do with banking right for some reason or other.
I know why. Because you're here. Easier to bank that you're seeing what's going on than to, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
that's me.
That could be it.
As soon as you said that, I was like, hell yeah.
All right.
All right.
But back to your checklist.
Sorry about that.
We'll put one of these away. There's no point having
We're done with that. Okay, now that we got the avionics, all we really need to do now is make sure the flaps are up. Make sure the DG is pretty accurate. And for whatever reason, it's a little off.
You can set it. Because it's a mechanical device. It winds down. It's a gyroscope. And it winds down over time. And that can change it, or somebody can move the plane a little bit. There's all kinds of reasons it's not accurate.
I was the last person. Flaps up, brakes release. And now we're going to go back and do our...
Right, and once you let it roll a little bit, then even though you're holding the brakes and it's not rolling, you still want to check and see if you have a resistance.
Okay.
So you want to have the plane roll, push the brakes. You don't necessarily have to bring it to a full stop, but you do want to get it to where it will, where you can tell they're working.
Well, I can't complain about the size. But
you may have slid up
I am closer.
Closer than you were before.
Yeah, I am closer. I wanted to try and see if it felt better. Whew. All right. Ain't going anywhere. All right, my door's closed.
All right.
You're going to keep yours open?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I feel the brakes.
All right. Now, keep your hand on that throttle. Anytime if you're moving the airplane and you're not anywhere within 1,000 feet of the ground, your hand ought to be on that throttle.
You're right.
You don't want to ride the brakes. You want to use your throttle just like you'd use the gas pedal on your car. Now, I have seen people push on the gas and ride the brakes on cars.
I've never done that. Pretty sky. So it's supposed to be a brisk walk, but my perception is this is a little slow.
I would agree.
Okay.
Basically, a run is a good speed, about 10 to 15 miles an hour. It's actually faster than a brisk walk.
Yeah.
Brisk walk might work all right on the ramp.
Yeah. I think that's what Sporty says in their training.
Well, if you ever go where their operation is, you'll see why they need to do brisk walk. A lot of airplanes and not a whole lot of taxiway. Okay, now bring your power back up because you don't want to load up the spark plugs, and your gyros won't spool up if you don't have enough suction.
All right, flight instruments. I mean flight controls, flight instruments. Already set that.
Okay.
Everything looks good. Trim set to take off. Mixture still rich. Alright, RPM is going to go to, make sure we're back in. RPM is going to go to 1700 for mag check. Right. 100 drop. Both. Left. Left did not go down that much.
As long as it goes down a little bit.
Check it again. Both.
If it doesn't go down at all, that's the problem.
Okay, so 1770, 1780, and left. There we go. And back to both. Okay. 1100. Oh, I get this vent open. Is it open?
Yep.
Okay. Whew, it's already warm. Repeat, drop. Yep. Cabin doors closed, locked. You already checked. We're ready to go.
All right.
What is that?
Batteries.
For?
My headset.
Oh. Want me to wait?
No, go ahead.
Sure. Okay. So cockeyed, I don't know what's going on. So with the crosswind coming from the right, looking at...
Take your time. Don't rush.
We're looking at,
Don't want to go taxiing. Remember, this is a tricycle.
ailerons to the right.
Ailerons into the wind. Steer into the wind.
So before we even take off, we should have this, right?
Which way is the wind coming from?
That is coming from, well, now it's coming from the left.
Okay.
According to that. Is that accurate?
I would hope so.
All right, we're ready to take off. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is taking off, runway 24, Person County.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Five. Rotate.
Remember, your feet point the nose. You ought not to be tracking off to the side.
A little bumpy. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County.
Work your feet. Feet go with your hands. If you're rolling the plane to the right, it takes right foot. If you're rolling the plane to the left, it may not take any foot, or it may take a little bit of left foot.
Okay.
Doesn't take much going left, but it does take a lot going right.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is downwind for runway 24, Person County.
And then the more rapidly you roll, the more foot it takes. Think about your airplane.
A little turbulence, huh?
Summer day.
What's that?
A summer day.
So is that your way of saying getting used to it?
It's like this all from now till next fall.
Okay.
Now, if you fly early in the morning or late in the afternoon, it gets pretty smooth most
Okay.
days. Not
Okay.
all, but most. But during the middle of the day, this is normal.
Okay. Good to know.
Now, pay attention. If you don't like something, fix it. Don't wait for it to fix itself, because it probably won't. Now, if you're going cross country and the wind's rocking you, yeah, the wind will probably fix the rock. It'll fly in and out of updrafts. But as far as positioning, altitudes, power settings, airspeed, you're the man.
Okay. I am really close to the runway. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 24, Person County. The reason I know is I'm almost flying over that white building. I've been using that as my marker. Whoa. I'm going to overshoot. I am high. Full fast, so I'm going to get some of the power out. 93. Up the nose just a little bit. More flaps.
Got to be in the white arc for flaps. I think you were, but barely.
I know. $74. A little fast.
About to land at 10 feet in the air. Made a good recovery. Finished it up. I like that.
So the whole time I know you were thinking a lot of things. You want to share?
Can I jack the runway up about 8 feet? So something about what you're doing when you're coming in, you are bringing the nose up level when you should still be coming towards the runway. There are times that you have to level out because your speed's so high.
That's what
you just can't force it down.
Right, so that's one of the things that I was doing.
But you would like to see the runway slowly coming up, never fast.
Right. Did you notice I added power though?
Yes, I noticed that you recovered at the end when it started coming down. You went ahead and pulled on it, which is what we were working on so much last time. You did that great. What we'd like to do now is just not have that little Humpty bump in there.
Right.
Other than that, it wasn't bad.
So, you know, total transparency, I'm trying to just relax myself.
Good. That's an improvement.
Wow.
Look at your hand. When I see it, you see how that hand goes white like that? Yours looks like that most of the time.
Well, the bumps are, you know, something. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County.
All right.
Blue Ridge traffic, Saratoga 214 Juliet, tops on the simulated ILS to 31, just inside of Bales.
You don't have to care about them because that's not us.
That's correct.
I'm trying to turn a little bit more tighter. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 24, Person County.
All right, 2,300 RPM. So how's the trim?
How's the trim?
No. How's the... You let go of it, what's the plane going to do?
Go down.
All right, then trim it so it won't go down. And use your feet to go straight. Don't let it turn. Remember, if a wing goes down, it's going to turn. Your feet point the nose. Your feet work with your ailerons to keep the wings level. If you roll to the right and you don't put that right foot in, the plane's going to turn left on you. It's going to turn left as you roll right. Remember adverse yaw?
Yep.
So you got to work those feet.
Blue Ridge traffic, Saratoga 214 Juliet, tops coming over the top. We'll be turning left downwind for runway.
And if you do, if you work the feet correctly right here, you don't really have to do anything with your hands up until you start pulling the power back. Remember, it's God's job to create laws of physics that fly the plane. It's yours to give it a little bit of direction at the appropriate times.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 24, Person County.
And then you want to occasionally check on your plane. It's doing what you want it to do right now. It's about 500 down, about 80 knots. About 1,400 as we do this turn. Again, not magic numbers. It just works out that way.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning final for runway 24, Person County.
And always remember to look the other way because you never know when somebody's coming when not talking.
Absolutely.
Now, this approach is looking a lot better.
Hell yeah. That last one was horrid. I mean, I fixed it, but that's not something I should have to fix.
Well, what happens is if you fix it as soon as it dawns on you, you aren't aware you're fixing it, you just are. If you wait till it gets all out of sorts, now you're really aware that you're fixing it. But right now we're a little fast. Angle doesn't look bad. Pitch up just a smidgen and leave your power about where you got it, or maybe seems about right at the moment. Go ahead and put the flaps in. You may actually have to add some power back in. And then aim so that you're looking for the 1,000-foot mark or just before it. And occasionally you're looking at the end of the runway because you want it to continue to come under you and towards you. So you don't pitch up here. If you do, you're going to get way slow. You got to keep coming down. Your ramp doesn't end till you get to the runway. It doesn't level off. Coming down. Now power all the way out. Don't change the ramp. Now change it. A little too much. Work on it. You're getting the correction in there. That's an improvement. And hopefully you're seeing how much it takes to not, when you're over controlling, you're saying, your brain's saying, okay, well next time I won't do it almost that much, but not quite.
Yeah. You must love flying.
I love torturing people.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
I knew there was a motivation. I finally got to it. I mean, I feel for you because, my gosh, you sit at that seat and you just one student after the other and you're like, oh gosh, not again. I mean,
it depends on whether you like to share your skills and knowledge and help other people get better, or...
Well, no, I mean, I think that you have a passion for teaching, which is great. But I can empathize with you because sometimes I feel like I'm just being a dumb student.
Well, I'm looking for the smart student that I know is in there.
Okay. I'll find them too. Starting to come out.
I don't think of it as dumb. I just think of it as developing the skills.
I know. I'm harder on myself than I need to be. I gotta get over it. Stop it.
I mean, I think all pilots who are worth their salt want to be better. You know, every day I fly, I want to be better than I was last time.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County. Yeah.
You know, if you're just happy just being sloppy, then A, you'll never be a really good pilot, and B, it's not really too much what the kind of person I want to work with. I want to work with people who are wanting to improve.
I gotta relax my hand, I'll tell you that much. Someday I'll figure that out. And it's not, I don't know. I don't even know what it is.
It's confidence. Once you develop the confidence that the plane isn't trying to kill you, you'll be fine. You know, it's the confidence that the bumps don't really matter. It's the confidence that the plane will float over them, even when it's twice this bumpy or 3 times this bumpy.
Right.
The plane doesn't just go out of control. It just, you know, it jolts you a little bit, but it still flies.
I know. And I think I have to remember, like you said, this is going to be the norm coming up, so I just need to get used to it.
Well, you have to get, there's a saying I like in life. that life is inherently difficult. And once you understand that it's inherently difficult, that fact no longer matters. Which translates into you deal with what you can change and not what you can't change.
Right.
But if you get all keyed up on what you can't change, like, got to start down, power back a little bit. You know,
traffic, Saratoga 214 Juliet, pass left downwind for 31. This will be a full stop.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 24, Person County.
yeah, it's kind of like anger. Most anger, not all of it, but most of it happens when somebody doesn't live up to your expectations of what they should do. Trouble is, most of the time they didn't know you had expectations they were supposed to live up to. Now, pay attention to your ramp. Pay attention to your airspeed.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning final for runway 24, Person County. A little lower shot. Gonna correct it.
Now, your ramp's a tiny bit steeper. That means you got to get off the power because the plane will coast downhill pretty well.
Lewis traffic 214.
If you leave the power up, you'll coast downhill at high speed.
Harnett County traffic, Cessna 433, 6 miles northeast, landing Harnett County.
I tell you, people don't know where they are. Keep it nose down. You put the flaps in, it gets worse, not better. Flaps are like riding the brake. You put the flaps in and pitch up, you're going to get really slow. Okay, wait for it to widen up significantly. Out now. Better.
It was better.
Yep, the last 2 times you got the nose higher at the end, so you want to combine the two. That
Okay.
round out was really nice. It had no hump in it. It was just a nice, gentle round out. Just remember you want to continue to work the nose up. As slow as you were doing it, just keep doing it.
Okay. Do you have a chance to look at any of that video?
I'm so far behind.
I don't blame you. You got better
I've been
things to
spending
do.
way too much time studying the corona virus.
You're studying what?
The virus that's running around, trying to get a handle on when it's contagious, how you know how bad it is. Should we be overly worried, or should we just be careful and continue on?
Well, I mean, if you live alone and basically all you're doing is lessons, you're really not exposed to a lot of people.
No.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County.
But you also got to remember that things like door handles on buildings,
Oh, I know.
gas pumps,
Oh, gas pump. That scared me the other day. I bought gas and I'm like, man, I was going to try to get a paper towel to hold it.
people are doing that. You can also carry a can of Lysol and spray the handle before you pick it up. That's a little extreme.
Yeah.
I got a friend that wears gloves when he does it.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 24, Person County.
I just remember not to touch my face till I get home and wash my hands.
Yeah.
But then I may transfer the germs to the steering wheel of the car.
Well, there's a bathroom right at the FBO. Be a lot of just doing that. Yeah, my wife had to leave town. Her mom fell and broke her femur.
Ooh.
89 years old.
Yeah, my dad went through that.
And so she's in the hospital, which is a bad place for somebody her age to be.
Yep. However, they usually can nowadays pin it or whatever.
Yeah, she's got pins in it. They already did surgery.
In a couple of days, they have her back walking and on her way home. It's amazing.
Yeah, especially at that age.
Don't go creeping into the runway. Give yourself room.
Yeah, I should be over that blue building.
Well,
why not?
Harney County
I'll
traffic,
fix it.
433, we're over the fly in the field at 2,000 feet. We'll teardrop into the 45 for runway 23, Harney County.
And Harney County traffic down to Valley Golf is 14 miles to the east. We'll be inbound for runway 23. Look for the other traffic. Harney County.
Miles to the southwest, inbound landing runway 24, New River Valley.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 24, Person County.
Thanks, sir.
Looking both ways. Nobody. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning final for runway 24, Person County. Adding power so that I don't lose altitude. I want to be low and slow. Nine is not so bad.
remember that right foot's got to work. Can't let that nose swing on you.
Sorry about that. Seemed like it was a last minute thing. I don't.
It was. It happens when you rotate the nose up rapidly, it turns left. It's like on takeoff. When you bring the nose up, it tries to turn left on you.
Okay.
You got to anticipate that a little bit and then train yourself to deal with it.
Okay.
Which is to use some right foot in the flare, normally just a tiny bit. But again, the more rapidly you do something, the more it takes movement of a control surface.
Okay. I wasn't really, I know that not that it's important, but was that number 3 or 4?
4.
Okay. Remind me to tell you something about number of takeoffs later. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24 Person County. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 24, Person County. I know you're loving the heck out of my racetrack turns. No comment, huh?
And then every time you end up too close, and
It's not close.
the wind can blow you in, but it can blow you away, but ultimately it's up to you.
I'm pretty much right over that blue building.
Target traffic, Bonanza 5 Golf, 6 miles to the east will be straight in runway 23 Harnett.
A little low. Trying to use my feet more. Like being the touchdown point.
Target traffic, November 4515 Foxtrot, currently 11 miles to the northeast. Inbound, straight in, runway 23, descending through 2000, Harnett.
And Harnett traffic, Bonanza 5 Golf, 5 miles straight in runway 23.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 24, Person County. About 1300, 75. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning final for runway 24, Person County. Shot it over.
Harnett County traffic, Cessna 433, departing the area from the crosswind leg to the east, Harnett County.
Bring it on down. Don't lose your speed too high. Yeah, you got to finish it off. First two you did absolutely wonderful.
Did I hit the nose?
No, but
Okay.
you quit.
Okay.
Not by a lot.
When you say quit, you mean?
quit moving back.
Okay.
You get it set, and probably your brain says, we're there, I don't need to do anything.
Yeah, I need to get over that.
And instead of doing that, what you want to do is say, okay, I haven't felt it yet.
Right.
Until I feel it, I'm still working the controls. I used to do the same thing. The reason I know that's a problem.
Okay. That's good to know.
If you think it's a problem on this, you ought to try it on a J3 Cup. Got those big balloon tires on it, like two big basketballs. You drop that sucker in from
The
6
bounce?
inches, it bounces like a mother.
I guess you haven't done any charter flights.
Not since the 12th.
Is that because of the coronavirus?
Could be part of it.
And Siler City traffic, 625, currently 7 miles to the west, 2,000 feet inbound, Siler City.
The charter business had been kind of slow since, usually gets slow around Christmas. and then picks back up in January. And they went through a couple of spurts in January while we were off at school. And then we went through from the 6th to the 12th, we ran like 4 flights in the jet.
Present County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County.
Okay, roll out, all the way level. Look around. Okay. Now roll back in.
So you're trying to teach me how to square it off?
Yes, sir.
Got it. Well, I'm a little bit looser. My feet.
That's true. I haven't seen you that loose on the yoke in a long time.
Harnett traffic.
Probably since last time I beat on you about it.
Final runway 23, Harnett.
That's an improvement.
Trying. The little things. Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 24, Person County. 1375. Gradual ramp
Go ahead
descent.
and make your turn. There you go. Right foot.
Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning final for runway 24, Person County.
Power's back a little too far. It takes a while to see the end result, but if you get the power back 200 too low, the end result will be that you will be low.
Setting up for a mid-cone crossing, left downwind, runway 22, Siler City.
It's not reacting to the current situation, it's the ability to project the future.
All right, I'm in the white arc.
Push down. So when you put the flaps in, it tries to balloon it. Don't let it.
Right.
You want that ramp to be level, be a steady sink all the way, not to have a hump in it.
Why don't they have a windsock right at the end of the runway?
They have one.
Like right at the end.
Look just off to my side, you'll see it.
So small.
It's small. It's put there to so you will see wind shear. Tiny bit of right foot as you need it.
I'll get it.
Tiny bit of power would have helped. Now, you're probably looking too close right in there. Because what happened is you saw the need, but then you over-rotated. And now we're going up slightly with the nose already in the air, running out of airspeed. And when gravity takes over, it has time to accelerate you into a hard bounce. A little bit of power, just enough to hear the motor change. You don't have time to look.
Right.
You just hear it. Sometimes that will help you feather it down a little bit. If you do too much, it'll just hang you.
Yeah,
then you're really in trouble.
Then it's a go around.
Then it's a go around.
That fuel gauge has not moved.
That's because I painted them on. Keeps people from getting nervous.
Oh yeah, cool. I like that. I'm always going to feel confident now. Until it sputters, and then all confidence is gone.
Hey, then you get to practice emergency procedures.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for?
Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County. I'm going to try to square this thing off. Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 24, Person County. So close. Out a little bit. Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 24, Person County. This is not going to be.
Siler City Traffic, Zeus 25 is left crosswind to downwind, runway 22, Siler City.
Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning final for runway 24, Person County.
Fast. That's is a limitation.
85.
On your check ride, if you don't abide by the limitations of the airplane, you will fail.
Okay.
Truth is, the plane has a little bit of built-in
No, I'm not going to mess with it.
cushion. But you don't want to count on that. You want to try to fly as correctly as you can. So airspeed's a tiny bit slow, leaves the power in a tiny bit longer. Just keep it, not on level, keep it coming down, 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 right there. Yeah, subtle, a little more, right there. Fire out. Work your flare. Work it, work it, work it, work it. Can't quit on me. You got to keep working it.
I turned.
Did. I'm more worried about the nose than I am the turn.
Okay.
The turn's important. I agree, and
Yeah.
you did good.
Okay.
I'm worried about being nose up.
Charlie Delta is on a long final for runway 6, practice ILS, Person County.
And person 2, Papa Alpha's taking off on 2-4, and we're in the pattern on 2-4. Keep us advised.
Roger, we'll be looking out for you and talking to you. Hey, Charlie Delta.
Lights on.
What's that?
Lights.
Lights? Which ones?
All 4 of them. There you go. Work your feet. If you're nose high and a little bit slow, the plane tries to turn left. Okay, it takes the riding on that right rudder just a smidgen to keep the ball centered. Now, I don't normally harp on that too much, as long as you're using a little bit of foot from, to control it.
Right.
I harp on it a lot more if you're near the ground, first 100 feet up and that kind of thing. But the reality is, if you're climbing, you really need a tiny bit of right foot. Most of us get lazy once we're away from the ground and don't use our feet enough.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County.
Barron's got the traffic in sight, Person County.
So I'd give him a little bit wider than you've been doing.
Okay.
Short final, runway 6 has traffic of the pattern in sight.
Are you low approach or landing?
Low approach, I want to bug out to the northwest after we do the go around.
All right, we'll look for you as we roll out on downwind.
Let me just extend it.
Nope, I want you to fly your pattern. This is about the right width. Start looking for him occasionally out your side of the airplane.
He said he was using 6.
He did. Power. He's 25 knots faster than you. Long as he comes in, shoots, and goes miss.
Yeah, Person County traffic, Barron is turning around and turning off to the northeast, Person County.
And Roger, we have you in sight. No factor to you.
Roger, thanks for your help, guys.
Yeah, he's clear. Harnett County traffic system 433, 4 miles straight in, runway 23, Harnett County. Have a nice looking plane.
Yep. And so you really didn't impact us at all. Now, your thinking's good. Am I going to need to extend was a good question.
Right.
And that comes down to having a little bit of knowledge of how fast he's moving and things like that.
Clear Ridge traffic, Skyhawk 714 Lima uniform, about 9 miles northeast, inbound 45, left downwind, runway 13.
And as a rule, you don't really have that expertise at this point. So it's a good question, and you look for him and you listen and you talk and then you make decisions.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 24, Person County.
Siler City traffic 625 is exiting the airspace to the south, 1,500, last call.
There's your helicopter, buddy.
Yeah, Zeus. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning final for runway 24, Person County.
Now keep an eye on that airspeed. That's your blood. If you lose too much of it, we're in trouble. Now, you're going fast, but we're aimed at the end of the runway by a tiny bit.
Yeah, and the flaps, I can't put the flaps in yet.
You can pull the power back a little bit, keep your pitch steady, and you'll slow down. If you keep diving in, you're never going to slow down. You got to get rid of either power or pitch up, depending on which is most appropriate. And usually it's power, and then you put the flaps in. Down. Coming down. Up. Now you're hanging yourself up here. It doesn't help you any, except pull takes you down the runway. All the way out. Work it slowly, very slow. Right wing down just a smidgen. Good. Keep working as it comes down.
Hold it.
Got to steer with your feet. The wind shifted on you a little bit. It started coming off the right side and was trying to push us left.
Yeah.
That's why I said drop your right wing just a tiny bit.
I did a little, but I guess I didn't do it enough.
Well, you sometimes hold it all the way to your touch.
Okay.
A lot of people think you're supposed to land on both mains at once. That's not true. You land on the upwind tire first.
So does it seem like the winds are becoming more variable?
Yeah, that one's definitely swapped sides on you. Most of the time, I glance at the windsock as I come across the end of the runway because it gives me a pretty good idea of what I'm going to be dealing with. Anytime you have a preconceived notion of what's going to happen, when you're dealing with Mother Nature, she's going to fool you.
I have this vision of wind hiding in the bushes, and then when it sees me coming, it just runs out.
I didn't know you'd figured that out yet.
I guess I'm getting more advanced than I realized.
Yeah. Mother Nature's going to have to figure out a new trick on you.
Person County traffic. 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County.
Work that right foot. You're rolling right, doesn't matter where you start. Crank that yoke to the right. You got to have right foot with it.
Okay.
How much depends on how hard you're trying to make it roll. Okay, we're going to add a new adventure to this.
Oh, dang. This one I thought I was getting the groove. What's up?
Emergency procedures.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Traffic, Hawk 4 Lima uniform, on that left downwind, runway 13.
Okay, I have the flight controls.
Back, fluid traffic.
Yeehaw!
And
back away from the airport just a shade.
okay.
All right, so our target's the 1,000-footers. All right?
Okay.
We're going to simulate that the motor just quit.
Okay.
All the way to an idle. Immediately, I'm going to pull carb heat, mixture in, check the fuel selector, hold the back pressure, and trim it. I hate working hard.
Are we supposed to be making a turn?
Yeah, sometime very shortly. Remember I told you this would do about glide speed?
Yeah, we're at 70.
All right, so now I'm looking at the airport. Notice that I'm turning in because I know at 600-700 feet a minute,
Skyhawk 714.
I will not be able to glide on a normal traffic pattern.
Runway 13, full stop.
From here, I have a key position. If I keep the speed steady, whatever's staying still is going to be where I'm going to hit. And so, and it works at
Even from the side?
Even from the side.
Okay.
And so what I'm doing is playing this turn. Okay, so now all of a sudden I picked up a little bit of speed due to the wind or wind shear. So I'm going to go ahead and get some flaps in. And I'm going to purposely overshoot a little bit. Because hey, all of a sudden I went from being on the money to being kind of high. Now I can drop a little bit of side slip in. Take it out as I need to take it out. Winds from your side, so I'm going to put a little more side slip back in to finish getting rid of the speed. And I'm going to work my flare out. Wasn't quite on the center line, but wasn't a bad landing.
No, it wasn't.
And I'm going to get your trim back up because otherwise you're going to have your hands full and you have the controls.
All right, my controls.
That's all there is to it.
And do I do that on the check ride?
Oh, yes.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Wow. So, you want me to do that?
Not right now.
Okay.
But when I tell you the engine failed, that's what I want you to do.
Today?
Hey.
Dang.
I thought you liked having fun.
In good doses. I'll overload my fun. That's never a good thing.
Never can have too much fun.
Well, I mean, somebody who has the experience you do, you can just kind of, hey, what the hell?
Well, what I want you to do is get to the point you're saying, oh, what the hell? C'est la vie.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County. Buzzers.
Don't overdo that left foot.
Okay.
Skidding turns is deadly.
What kind of turns?
Skid in
Right.
your turn is deadly.
Okay.
You don't use any left rudder, you're not going to hurt yourself.
Okay.
If you don't use any right rudder, that's the problem. Okay, so we're going to start just like I did, pretty much a beam to touchdown point. I want you to go through the exact same steps. So carb heat, mixture in, fuel selector. Don't turn in, you need the distance.
All right. Okay. I thought I should pull this out first.
No, I haven't told you that motor failed yet.
Okay.
And then you've seen the key position, you've seen the glide, you judge where you think you are, but you got to hold everything steady. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, motor just quit. Nose up, nose up, nose up, nose up. You don't want to come down till you lose your airspeed. Mixture rich, fuel selector. Hit the trim. Look to see where you are. I think we can land on that 1,000-foot marker. How about that? Nose down slightly and make your turn. Now, from here, you can start to decide, are you going to be high? Are you going to be okay? You know, what's going to happen? But you got to hold a steady pitch and a steady airspeed. You can't dive in and solve anything, and you can't extend a glide. So now, all of a sudden, you see that we're looking a little high, right? You agree?
Yeah.
Roll out.
Okay.
Put in 10 degrees of flaps. Now, let's wait on it a little bit. Push the nose over as the flaps come in. Still looking down, right?
Yep.
So start a very gentle turn. Overshoot your turn a bit.
Okay.
Keep coming around, but overshoot a little bit. Good. All right, now start to add more flaps in. Looking real high, right? Yep, full flaps. Now keep it pointed so you don't lose your speed, because you got to have that 70 knots. Fly the plane.
Did I not trim at all?
No, you did trim. Okay, so now you see them coming up. Pitch a tiny bit because you're picking up speed. See how they're staying real still? Perfect. All right, good landing. All the way in and land. You're too high. Work it, work it, work it, work it, work it! May have been looking too close again.
I think it was more just the overall experience that was throwing me a little bit, but that's obviously that's not my. I gotta get over that.
And you know, for your first try, that wasn't bad. Hit it, Maestro.
Are these flaps right?
Yep.
I mean trim?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if you had moved it.
It's pretty close. I mean, it may not be
It seemed like it was taking a while.
May not be dead on. Well, now, you got to fly the plane.
I know. I guess the wind's picking up a little bit.
Generally, if we had not trimmed it, you'd be stiff arming forward to keep it from over rotating.
There you go. You're right.
Not under rotating.
So it must have just been the wind. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County.
Right foot, just a little bit.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 24, Person County. Are we going to do it again?
Yes, we are.
Okay. I'll apologize ahead of time for the seats being wet.
I used to tell people if they aren't sweating when they get out, they aren't getting their money's worth.
Yeah, I was sweating. Plus, it's a little warm. I got to move on a little bit. People who live here are probably like, oh my gosh, that thing's going to crash. Now they're probably used to it. Especially if they see your plane. All right, I'm headed a little bit away from the runway. Do your thing.
All right, motor just quit. Carb heat, mixture, fuel selector. Now trim it quickly because you don't want to lose altitude. You don't have to lose until you're ready to lose. That extra time gets you time to figure out where you're going, to judge your glide, and to call for help or put 7700 in the transponder to make decisions.
All right.
But if you're not careful, you get too far out, you cannot make it back. You cannot stretch the glide by pulling the nose up. If you're getting slow, you're going to lose altitude faster than if you stay on speed. Remember, you're at 60 now. We need to be about 70.
I need to add power.
You don't have power. You're out.
Okay.
This is real. You're done. You gonna make it or not?
I might make the numbers, but I'm not going to make the... I don't... Well, I don't know.
Traffic to Hawk 714 uniform, 1,900.
On top of that, you actually go further if you're a little bit fast into the wind than you do if you're on dead on speed.
Okay.
You can't keep pulling up.
I'm not...
There's no miracle here. The plane will stall.
I wasn't pulling up. The wind kind of caught me, I think. Like right there. I didn't do that.
then you got to undo it.
Okay.
The way it does it to you, it's, you know, that's not an excuse. The excuse is only if you don't control what the wind's doing to you.
I was pretty right about the numbers.
Hold it off. Don't want to hit those lights. Look up, look ahead of you. Work it out. Now, I will say, once you touch, don't pull any more.
Okay. Was I not right about the numbers?
You were. We only landed 1,000 feet short of our landing zone. All right, you got the controls. I've retrimmed it for you.
My controls.
Let's go again. So what are you going to change next time?
I'm not going to pitch up.
What else?
I'm going to be faster to the trim, and I'm going to be faster in general to react.
And what else? How are you going to get to the 1,000-foot point? Let me give you something to think about.
Okay.
When I did it, and your first one, what happened? We were high, right?
Right.
Why?
Because we should have been.
Your second one you did,
I did it too low.
we were low. What was the difference in the two procedures?
I did not. I had no speed, so basically, pitch is the issue.
No.
No. I didn't turn soon enough.
Correct.
Yep.
You made the pattern too big.
I was thinking pattern. That's my problem. I wasn't thinking crash landing.
Well, when you're gliding, all you have is the vertical energy. That's it. There is no power to save you. When we let you use power while you're learning, that kind of all but creates a false crutch, but it also gives you a better total control. Back in the day, not that I think this is necessarily the best way to do it, back in the day we did every landing from the very beginning with power off at abeam the touchdown point.
Literally power off?
All the way off.
No propeller moving?
No, motor's idling.
Okay, okay.
Aren't literally killing the motor,
Okay.
but you're pulling it back to an idle. And that's the way we did every landing. And so you got pretty good at judging how far the plane would go. It's the reason we give you the key position, is for you to make the judgment, okay, I'm too low, I'm getting low, I got to fix this by cutting the corner off. Remember the discussion yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you're working with.
Okay.
And then your airspeed control, which is pitch control, is very important, because if you're constantly changing that, it's very difficult to change whether you're too high or too low.
Right. I'm anticipating you messing with it, so.
Me? I'm hurt. I don't know why you would think that. Now, the things that you want to do is fix the plane first, if you can. I'd like to not have to land in a cow pasture or on a highway. Now, as soon as you get to 70, drop your nose back to your normal glide angle so you don't get slow up here and we start to lose altitude. Now decide where the plane's going to go. Work your feet with your hands. Nice and easy, but work them. If you're high, you're going to have to get down. You've got to be thinking about this. If you're looking down, way down at it, you can get down, but you better be on your game, because we can't land at 700 feet in the air.
I should do flaps.
Well, I mean, we're still 700 feet up right now, and we're almost on top of where we'd like to touch down. Most cow pastures aren't going to be a mile long.
All right, so now I overcorrected with speed.
So let me show you something. We're really messed up here. So can we make anything work? So I went to full flaps, nose over, full bore side slip. Look how fast we're coming down. Normally you come down at 600 feet a minute. Look at that.
Okay.
Sorry, City Traffic, Archer 856, Papa 10 miles, straight and final.
Now, we still use 3,000 feet of runway.
All right, so let me try to understand the takeaways.
Okay.
Wrong.
Looking to see your trim. You got the controls.
My controls.
The takeaways are, A, if it was real, if that motor truly quit, there is no do-over.
Right, so
There's get it done. You don't have to be perfect at it. You just got to not give up. You got to see, okay, damn, I'm high. What am I going to do now?
right.
Can't wait. Can't wait 30 seconds to see if it fixes itself because it isn't going to.
So,
If I'm too low, I got to be turning in. I don't have any extra distance to use up. It's a constant brain set of what do I do and how do I make it work to end up slightly high, and then as I'm sure I can get there, then I start going to full flaps and or side slips or some combination. I actually like partial flaps and side slip because side slip is almost like a throttle. You get out of it, it's like giving it to gas. You ever thought about how gliders work? They don't have a throttle.
right.
So the way a glider works is they have spoilers that kill the lift on the top of the wings. And when they're coming in to land, they have the spoilers halfway out. If they come up short, they dump the spoilers back into the wing, and it's just like giving it to gas. Feels almost identical. If they're getting too high, they pull the spoilers further. So the spoilers become their throttle. Now in our case, we don't have spoilers, but we do have some flaps that can kind of sort of work that way.
Right.
But better yet, we have a side slip that definitely works just like the glider. If I throw a hard side slip, I get an extra 500-600 feet a minute of descent. If I take that out, I instantly do away with that. That's a huge change while you're controlling the pitch of the airplane.
So I overcorrected by turning too soon
That time,
because I turned too late last time, the
Yep.
time before.
yep,
So I was trying to find the
happy
right
medium.
I did, and obviously I erred on the wrong side.
Well, the way you think about it is, what are you looking at? Are you looking down like you are right now?
Yep.
I can't turn in right now. Okay?
Okay.
Carb heat, mixture in. Pick a fuel selector. Hold the nose up, slow it down and trim. Look to see where you are. Don't pitch up, just hold level. Start turning. Nose down, into turn. Bring it around. Nose slightly down. Remember, it won't glide uphill with no power. Keep coming around. Keep coming around. Keep coming around. You're doing good. Nose up very slightly. Very slightly. Pull on it just a little bit. All right, what do you see?
I'm going a little fast.
All right, what else? What do you see on the angle to the 1,000-foot marker?
I'm in a good spot.
All right, I'd agree with that. So we'll turn in nice and slow and easy. We can straighten it back out. You can, this isn't necessarily a box here.
Right.
You can put as many sides on this as you need to. Feel like now you're beginning to look down at it?
Yep.
Push the throttle, flaps down. Okay, looking way down, right?
Yep.
Flaps go to full. Nose comes down because it won't glide uphill with the full flaps. Now, 1,000 foots are staying fairly still, right? Would you agree?
Yeah.
So right now I don't need to do anything except come down. I can't keep pulling. You can't keep pulling up because you'll run out of airspeed. You're pulling on me. You're pulling.
I gotta add flare.
No, you don't.
Okay.
And you flare. Slow and easy. Let it sink. Let them come to you. Now you slowly let them come up. Keep working. Keep working. Keep working. Keep working. Pull, 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 pull. Do I have anything left? Yeah, look at there. All right. Go again.
Go again. It's almost 4. Last one. Okay. Last one.
Right foot.
Actually, it's both foot. Well, I'm getting my money's worth.
Having fun?
I said I'm getting my money's worth. I didn't say anything about fun.
Yeah, can you not have fun?
I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm learning. That's fun, but I'm
nervous fun.
I'll tell you one thing. It's a good thing my wife is not sitting on the bench out there. Someone would have to be giving her CPR around now. I mean, I'm okay with this.
Well, you also, on that last one, you see why you can't keep pulling up right there?
Traffic Archer 856.5 miles.
Yeah.
On that 22.
Because you don't have that extra little ump from the prop.
Right. It's the natural reaction of I got control of the power, but I don't.
Right.
And I got to keep remembering that. In an emergency, that's not an option. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County.
Now, you know, the reality is when we're practicing, it is an option.
Of course. I'm not going to crash just because I was practicing it.
But it's the last option because what you need to see is what's really going to happen. You know, you've got to see what pitch control does to you, what airspeed control does to you. Need to keep climbing. The other thing is that a couple of these you've been crowding the runway a bit, and that does give us an advantage of being high instead of low.
Do you want me to move out?
And, well, right now you're fine.
Okay.
And in real life, you get to decide. You know, if you are right here and the motor's already dead, and you're looking at your altimeter thinking, okay, I got to come back and land this way. I can't land going that way for some reason. Then,
856, Papa, 2 miles straight in, final brakes on FT2.
Then, you know, you've got to figure out, you know, how tight you can fly it and what you need to do. You've got to figure out where that ramp needs to be to work for you.
Right.
All right, this is normal. Just go back and do a good, solid, normal approach and landing.
I probably forgot how to. That was a joke. Totally a joke.
You hope.
Wow. I know you. I know what you're doing. Just figured it out.
What's that?
You're having me do these crazy landings so that when it comes to a normal landing, it's going to be like cake.
I hope. And see, most people think there's madness to my method.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 24, Person County.
If the motor quit right now, where'd you go?
Right there.
Okay. And that's probably right. I doubt you can get back from here.
Plus, it's a good spot. I mean, it looks good from the air. I could be wrong. Could have a lot of ruts and stuff.
Well, you take your best shot and you live with what the results are.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning final for runway 24, Person County.
Now, anything you see going on, if you don't like it, fix it.
Traffic Archer 856.
You're the man.
We're a little bit high, a little bit fast. Actually, we're not high. We're just fast. Agree?
Yep, I do agree. But I agree. I also think if you keep the nose down, we're going to end up short. Plenty of speed, but short.
Looking at the 1,000-foot markers, they look pretty much centered. I don't see them moving. We're at 79, so I can go ahead and add another flaps.
Now,
Burning
plane now just slowed down,
yep.
So what did that do to your plane?
Lowered it, and I need to add some
Can't
power.
pull the nose up. You don't have any speed to pull up with.
I added some power.
If you're going to pull that much, you're going to add a lot of power. Remember, all you're trying to do is keep coming down the ramp at the steady speed. You're flat again. You're leveled out. We aren't coming down at all. Got to keep coming down. Now power out. Flare. Flare! They'll look too far down the runway. If you want to do one more to redeem yourself, I'm good with that.
Okay. I am exhausted, but I'm going to do it. You have an open-ended window with your student?
I figure most people kind of figure out after a while that this isn't a dead on the money
I know.
numbers game.
I just want to make sure that they're okay with that. Is it a new person or a regular person or?
Not his first lesson, no.
Okay. You don't want to set a bad impression.
Okay, so think of it, your ramp has got to be steady. It can't be like this.
So
I know that, and I have no idea what Blue Line tried to teach or whoever you were flight test, but don't chase your airspeed with pitch.
Okay.
Set the pitch where you think it needs to be, control airspeed with power.
Okay.
If you change the pitch, the airspeed isn't instantly going to go poof, but it's going to go poof. It's either going to go too fast or too slow.
Right.
So what you want to do is create a downhill, just like coming down a hill to a stop sign.
Okay.
It's the same identical thought process, except that you get to decide about the hill.
Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 24, Person County.
Okay, so deep breath, zone out.
Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 24, Person County.
Very relaxed. There you go.
I'm just trying to
let the plane talk to you.
take it all in.
Feel the control pressures.
Okay. Right at 1600. It's a little bumpy. You agree?
Yeah, a tiny bit. Getting better.
Yeah.
Worse earlier.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right. Never mind. I'm not going to use that excuse anymore. Got to fix it.
As Yoder said, there is no try.
Just do.
There's either do or no do.
Right.
I don't agree with that completely, but
Yeah,
I think you can be trying your hardest.
which is what I'm doing.
I think there's either do or no do is very simplistic.
All right, here's my ramp. Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 24, Person County.
Okay, nose up just a tiny bit. Pull on it just a little bit through the turn. Good. Don't let it go way down or you'll end up low.
Person County Traffic 172 Papa.
Pitch control. Pitch control. Remember, you can't go uphill either. You gotta maintain a steady. Okay, looking good. Tiny bit fast. Make your decisions. Give me a good landing. Pitch control. Okay, looking good except for speed. What you gonna do?
Pitch up slightly and reduce power.
Good. Or just hold the pitch steady and reduce power.
I was waiting for the 85.
Good. Don't let it pitch up. You want to be slowing down, but you don't want to put that little Humpty bump in there. You want to keep coming down. You're leveling out on me again. Come down, down, down. Now start a little closer, a little bit closer. Right foot. Power all the way out. That power is dragging you down the runway. All right. Now, until I messed you up with those emergencies, I had not touched the controls of the rudders the whole day.
I know.
All right.
It messed me up.
That's a big plus.
But it messed me up a little bit.
Why? Because I didn't touch them?
No. No, it messed me up that...
the emergencies?
Yeah, because, obviously I'm thinking about it. And I'm thinking about, scenarios and so forth.
Well, the other thing is, you're correct when you said I'm exhausted. That's where, when things start to go haywire as well, is when you're mentally tired. And but now you've got some stuff to think about. You got some video of watching it. Remember that you don't want to have that little. In aerobatics, it's called a Humpty bump when you go straight up and you pitch forward over. That's called a Humpty bump.
I'm not going to do that.
So what you want is, as you're coming down and you're fast, if your angle looks good to you, just reduce the power. Like you're coming up to the stop signs, oh, it's time to get off the gas. Oh, it's time to put on a little bit of brake. But the hill stays the same. And if your angle to the runway is looking okay to you, it's not low, it's not excessively high, then just work your throttle, work your flaps. If you are looking pretty good but you go to full flaps, the flaps will try to balloon you. Don't let them. Oh, the pressure changes in your hand because you're having to keep the nose from pitching up on you until the plane slows down a little bit.
Right.
But you're constantly got to be working the feel to make the picture look right. You can't let the picture go up and down on you because it changes your ability to decide where the plane's actually going to end up. That's the reason on the glide in on the emergency, we work so hard at getting a steady airspeed, and then the only thing we have to change is either flaps or side slip.